So worst case scenario, if you're in a situation where you didn't have much energy or time, you could dig yourself a trench and thermoregulate back to back, benefiting from that conductive heat transfer of each other. If you have a thermal blanket, which everyone should in a survival kit, you know, that's going to benefit. But just imagine hunkering down, something like this, just quick, down and dirty, sheltering yourself from convective heat loss as well. The wind would go over you. You just hunker down, wait it out. You're going to burn a lot of calories trying to keep warm, but if you don't have energy for snow shelter, this would work. So talk to me, guys. What's it like?
I feel his back heat big time.
Yeah.
Big time.
Oh, totally.
Like, it's not a little bit, it's like you could stay alive.
How about the space blankets? Do you feel that bouncing
but
right
with,
back
with
at you?
the advent of the body heat against you?
Yeah.
Excellent, yeah.
Right on.
This little thing has saved your life.
Good skills to know. So this is a good example of a snow well. It's an optimal environment to dig into for a couple reasons. If your snow is heavy and wet and won't sustain a snow cave, a tree well is a great option. It's also just a great option for something quick, down and dirty, burning less calories. The tree has created a canopy, and there's an easier space to dig out a cavity in there. You can get really cozy in one of these places. I've spent plenty of time in them having fire even. Just got to hit out the snow on top so it doesn't fall on top of you. Dig out a space. You can even make a bed platform and be quite sustainable in a snow pit like this. The tree's done a lot of work for you. It's another perfect example of a tree well that would take minimum energy and effort to dig out. You already are working with what nature has provided for you, blending with your environment. You don't have to force things. Hit off some of this snow. You could maybe harvest some of this for firewood, but dig this whole area out, reinforce it with tarp if you had to, but this would be ideal shelter. So about 8,000 feet, I'm looking around for a shelter spot. And I'm looking at this space here where the tree kind of got knocked over, got a bunch of snow load on top of it. I'm curious about this space. If I were to dig this out, what kind of cavity space would be in there to shelter out the night. You know, what I'm thinking is calorie conservation, blending with the natural world, seeing what's already out here so I don't have to expend too much energy digging in. We'll see. Okay, so I've hollowed out this space underneath the bent tree that's weighted down by snow load. It's only really taken about 20 minutes of shoveling and excavating to make kind of a little cavity in here to bed down in. And because snow is 90% air, or thereabouts, has a great insulative value to it. So I'm using the framework of this tree to hold all that snow load back, which is an insulative barrier. And I will do something to the opening to prevent heat loss there. So just an alternative snow shelter blending with what's out here. Okay, so I've taken this space that nature's already provided for me and just dug out a cavity space, blended with my environment, and it's at minimal energy expenditure. So I'm not burning a lot of calories, and I'm not burning a lot of my precious water inside me. I just dug this place out, smoothed it out. There's a nice bed platform in there, plenty of space. I cut another sapling and I put it over the top here. And now I'm just taking some extra debris and weaving in some areas. It's not a perfect science, it's actually more of an art form than anything else. Just creating more of an insulative barrier on top. Convective heat loss. The snow is already insulating me quite a bit. But in alpine country, you get all different kinds of snow. Right now, we've been in between snowstorms for about 3 weeks. It's been actually pretty warm, so the snow is actually bonded and gotten kind of, well, like Sierra cement. That's what they call it up here. So you have to adapt to your environment, as opposed to having lots of opportunities to build snow shelters. You have to make, alternative plans like this. Cool. That should be good.